system. Something is wrong with the system. The system is broken. We need to fix the system. There are flaws with the system. So what exactly is a system? It's a set of things working together as part of a mechanism or an interconnecting network, or a set of principles or procedures that work together in an institution or in an organization or in a given society. And they mentioned interconnecting networks. It means that the system consists of different individuals within the organization, the institution, the agency, or a given society. And these individuals, they work together or they get together to discuss about certain things and to make decisions about certain issues or problems. Like the apartheid system. And do you know how apartheid came about in South Africa, or the Jim Crow law? So in those systems, a group of people, in this case, mainly whites, we can assume that they came together during the Jim Crow law to decide on certain social phenomena or social problems or social issues. And they decide that we should have separate neighborhoods for different racial ethnic groups, separate water fountains, separate bathrooms, separate schools, separate entrance and exits, separate school systems. And apartheid in South Africa came about when the European immigrants, mainly from Netherlands and maybe from other countries like England or France, when they first set foot in South Africa, they realized that the blacks in South Africa, they were at a different level in terms of educational attainment, understandings pertaining to how government should be run, and different health literacy for sure, and different religious system, different value and belief systems, and different traditions. And because of that, they came together as an interconnected network to decide that they should, through different principles and procedures, divide the whites and non-whites into different neighborhoods. And because of that, the whites and non-whites go to different schools, which have different quality of teaching. They have different healthcare system. One is better than the other. And the blacks were excluded in many of the governance at the local, state, and country level. So this is another manifestation of system in South Africa. They come together through a set of principles and procedures when they observe that the blacks are very different from them in terms of education, health literacy, maybe occupational attainment, economic success, and other avenues. They decided to institute the apartheid system. And as we can see, both the Jim Crow law and the apartheid system contributed to segregated residence or residential segregation, and institutionalized racism. And because of that, a set of principles and procedures in the school system, in the government agencies, in different workplaces, they decide how they should treat whites and non-whites in South Africa. So we see racism embedded in the system and structure of the South African society. And we also saw racism embedded in the system and structure of the different government offices, the school system, the economic system in many of the southern states during the Jim Crow law.